Across the South Coast, live from Solent University, you're listening to Solent Sports News.
Good afternoon, welcome to Solent Sports News. It's 1 o'clock and I'm Will Harris. After a solid 3-0 win over Senegal with goals from Henderson, Kane and Saka, confidence is soaring in the England camp. With no yellow cards and only 2 goals conceded, Gary Neville thinks the squad can look forward to the game of a lifetime.
Thinking they can beat France on Saturday. Brilliant game to look forward to. I can't wait for it. I think that it'll be watched by tens and tens of millions in our country, but all around the world as well, hundreds of millions.
The round of 16 continues later on today as giant killers Japan take on European underdogs Croatia. Luka Modric will be looking to extend the run of his team for potentially his last World Cup. Favourites Brazil take on South Korea in the evening game. Portuguese-born Korean coach Paul Bento had this to say about a quick turnaround.
In my opinion, I do not think it's fair to play every match after 72 hours, but we need to accept it. If that's FIFA's decision, we need to understand, we need to accept it.
Pele's relatives have given an update on the health of the legendary footballer. He's responding well to the treatment for the infection, with his son adding that he will see Brazil lift their 6th world title. Brazil assistant coach Cesar Sampaio gives his thoughts.
Let me say, there's a lot of big fights to happen next year. If Usyk can't be made early next year, we'll take Joe Joyce at Wembley and sell out another 90,000 tickets here in the UK, the capital of sports entertainment in the world.
Regardless of your religion, we just ask you all to please say a prayer, do whatever you do, and please send him very positive vibes. He is a person who has influenced my development, not only as an athlete, but as a man and as a human being.
It's been 22 years since England last won in Pakistan. We speak to cricket expert Neil.
Yes, well, it's an historic day for English cricket, and England have beaten Pakistan in Pakistan, as you said, after 22 years. England in the first innings had scored a mammoth 657, but in reply, Pakistan did give a very fighting 579. In the second innings, however, England did manage 264 after they declared by losing 7 wickets. They'd given Pakistan 1.5 days to chase 344, but the Pakistanis fell short by 74 runs. The old customer, James Anderson, was the pick of the bowlers with 4 for 36, but the man of the match was given to youngster Ollie Robinson for taking 4 wickets after 50 runs. However, Will, the talking point was not England's match-winning performance today. The talking point will be, unfortunately, of the flattest deck that cricket has ever seen. The Rawalpindi pitch has received a lot of backlash from the Pakistani faithful and of course English fans as well. However, the England bowlers have managed to take 20 wickets, which is the talking point now in the cricketing fraternity.
Could you say a few things about how England will do in the next test?
Yes, they do move on to a new ground, and it's a test match being played at Multan after 15 long years. So we don't know how the deck is. Apparently the pitch kilometers is the same because it's in the same province, and the two grounds are in a distance of just 15 kilometers. We don't know. The conditions are pretty much similar, but the pitch is the talking point. And the English players, remember, they were down with flu. They were down with food poisoning just a day before the test match. And not to forget that this test match was also in a threat of being called off as the players were not 100% fit. For them to pull off this victory in this deck, you have to give it up for the Three Lions.
Thank you, Neil. That's all from us now. I'll be back in an hour.
Across the South Coast, live from Solent University, you're listening to Solent Sports News.